Hi there. Today I want to talk about a book by P.J. O'Rourke, who is a very prominent American commentator and writer, and he specializes in politics, economics, and even driving. And I've got many of his books, and quite a few of them are from his travels all over the world to some quite rough areas. And the book we're talking about today, Holidays in Hell, covers some of the war-torn countries, some of the hotspots, and some of the hellholes. And he looks at it all through his own quite sardonic and wry lens. In the introduction, he compares how travel was in the past, in the days of Mark Twain, to the way it is today and the kind of people that you encounter. And most nationalities come in for a lot of stick from him. The Germans, the French, the Japanese. He talks about Japanese men being dressed in suits that nobody can take them seriously because they dress like variety show chimps. So everyone comes under his gaze. And this is what he says about us, the Brits. Mortify is to be preferred, of course, to British sports fans. Has anyone checked the passenger list of the Spirit of Free Enterprise? Were there any Liverpool United supporters on board? That Channel ferry may have been tipped over for fun. Fortunately, the Brits have to be back at their place of unemployment on Monday, so they never get further than Spain. So, in Holidays from Hell, I'll quote a couple of sections to give you a flavour of his writing. And the first section I'll talk about is his trip to Poland. Commies love concrete, but they don't know how to make it. Concrete is a mixture of cement, gravel and straw. No, gravel, water and wood pulp. Water, potatoes and lard. The concrete runway at Warsaw's airport is coming to pieces. From bumpy landing until bumpy takeoff, you spend your time in Poland looking at bad concrete. Everything is made of it. Streets, buildings, floors, walls, ceilings, roofs, window frames, lampposts, statues, benches, plus some of the food, I think. The concrete that hasn't cracked or flaked has crumbled completely. Generations of age and decay seem to be taking place before your eyes, yet all of this is new. In one of his other books, he was in Saudi Arabia, and he talks about how in Riyadh the guidebook to Riyadh praises their many overpasses, kind of the only thing that they've got to be proud of. And he talks about driving on a road through the desert where it's as flat as a piece of sandpaper, and miles and miles and miles, and there's absolutely nothing. And as he says, there's a whole area of Saudi which is called the empty quarter. And the frightening thing is, this isn't it. So this is the kind of way he looks at various countries. And in Holidays in Hell, he goes on to visit South Africa in 1986. And this is, of course, at the height of apartheid. South Africa is terribly normal. And this is why I think we get so emotional about it. Everywhere you go in the world, somebody's raping women, expelling ethnic Chinese, enslaving Stone Age tribesmen, shooting communists, rounding up Jews, kidnapping Americans, setting fire to Sikhs, keeping Catholics out of country clubs, and hunting peasants from helicopters with automatic weapons. The world is built on discrimination of the most horrible kind. The problem at South Africa is they admit it. They don't say, like the French, Algerians have a legal right to live in the 16th arrondissement, but they can't afford to. They don't say, like the Israelis, Arabs have a legal right to live in West Jerusalem, but they're afraid to. They don't say, like the Americans, Indians have a legal right to live in Ohio, but oops, we killed them all. The South Africans just say, F you. I think it's in their constitution, Article 4, F you, we're bigots. We hate them for this, and we're going to hold indignant demonstrations and make our universities sell all their Krugerrands until the South Africans learn to stand up and lie like white men. So the book covers many countries, from Lebanon to the Philippines, from South Korea to the Holy Land, and it's all very, very funny. Like a lot of good humour and PJ's humour, there's a kernel of truth in it all. It's great observational humour, and I really, really recommend his writing.